ติวเตอร์สาระภาษาอังกฤษดำเนินรายการโดยที่ชื่อมาธาและนักเรียนชั้นมัธยมศึกษาตอนปลาย
Good morning. Today our topic is about travel, and I have one of my students with me, and I'll let him introduce himself.
So, my name is Attar. I am a student in M5, Turkiya Islamiyah Institute.
All right, Fatah. So what was the last trip that you took?
So, just last October, I've been to South Korea, and I just come back this November.
Okay. So tell us, what were you doing in South Korea?
So, I was study summer in South Korea. Got scholarship from Thai government to study in South Korea for 6 weeks in university in Korea. That's best.
Okay. So what were some of your highlights? What were some of your best things that you got to experience in South Korea?
Maybe an experience I've been traveling alone in Seoul City, and maybe it can be a food there because there's a big difference from Thailand and South Korea.
Okay. And what kinds of things did you study in your exchange program?
So in university, I study about most of STEM, such as 5G technology, blockchain, fintech, smart city, e-sport industry. Yes.
So would you recommend that other people would travel to
Yes,
Korea?
of course.
Okay. What were some of the most interesting things that you saw or that you liked in the city?
Because I've been in Korea during the autumn, so the tree there, the nature there, kind of like they change to be a yellow. Because I never seen some kind of that before. That was interesting.
Yeah, so maybe the climate's a little bit more like the U.S. because also in my home country, yeah, the leaves change color, red, yellow. Okay, anything else you want to tell us about that?
No.
All right, and when we travel, sometimes we have really good experiences, sometimes we have bad experiences. Can you tell us a little bit about your travel home from Korea?
From Bangkok to Narathiwat.
Sure. So first you flew to Bangkok, right? What happened after that?
Yes. I've been to Bangkok since 22 November, and after that I've been from Bangkok to Hat Yai 24 Monday, and after that I've been to Hat Yai International Airport. I was stuck in Hat Yai for 3 days, and then I came to home after 3 days. It was a long time in my life.
Right, but why did it take you so long to get home?
Because it was a flood, a big flood there, and I was stuck in the gas station for 18 days, like the
18 hours.
yes, 18 hours. Sorry, but the water is still increased while I doing in the gas station.
Okay, so I think you had a lot of interesting experiences.
Yes, of course.
So next, let's talk about some travel vocabulary. So our listeners, I will say a word, and as Fatah repeats the word, you can also repeat the word and practice a bit of vocabulary. The first one is arrive.
Arrive.
So when we arrive somewhere, that means we get to our destination. Okay. Next one, depart.
Depart.
So depart is opposite of arrive. Depart is when you leave from somewhere. Okay, so if I want to fly from Narathiwat to Bangkok, I depart from the Narathiwat airport and I arrive in Suvarnabhumi airport. Next one, hotel.
Hotel.
Okay, a hotel is somewhere where you can sleep if you're away from home. Information desk.
Information desk.
Okay, this is a helpful place when you travel. Many airports have an information desk where you can go to ask questions, get information. Also at a hotel, they might have an information desk. Next one, international.
International.
Okay, international means like more than one country or between two countries. For example, if I only fly from here to Bangkok, that's only a domestic flight because it's still in Thailand. But if when Fatah flew to Korea, that's an international flight because it's to a different country. Next one, landmark.
Landmark.
Okay, a landmark is something that is iconic or that everyone recognizes as belonging to a city. For example, in Paris, you have the Eiffel Tower. Is there a specific landmark in Seoul?
Of course, like a Seoul Sky, one of the tallest building in Seoul.
Okay. All right, next, luggage.
Luggage.
Luggage is all the bags that you take when you travel. So it can be suitcases, backpacks, all your bags. This one is map.
Map.
Okay, a map is something that you can follow to find your way. Did you use a map when you went to explore in the city?
Yes, in my phone.
Okay, so yeah, nowadays we just use like Google Maps or something, right?
Yes.
Not the paper ones. Next one, passport.
Passport.
Okay, passport is the little booklet that you need to travel to another country. Next, postcard.
Postcard.
A postcard is when you buy, like, it looks like a picture, but you can write a note on the back and send it to your family. Did you send your family any postcards?
No, just a picture.
Yeah. I feel like this is a bit of a thing of the past, right? Where you would actually put a postcard in the mail. Now, often just send digital pictures. Next one, sightsee.
Sightsee.
Sightsee is when you just go to explore, to see the sights, to see the landmarks, to see the famous places. You go sightseeing. Next one, souvenir.
Souvenir.
Souvenir is something that you buy when you travel to bring back home to remember your travels. Did you bring any souvenirs back?
Yes, of course. Include my friends and my family.
Okay. Next one, ticket.
Ticket.
A ticket, before you travel, you must buy like an airplane ticket or a bus ticket, train ticket, so that you can go to your destination. Next one, tourist.
Tourist.
Okay, if you are a tourist, you are a person traveling in another country. So for example, famous places here in Thailand like Phuket or Krabi have a lot of tourists. And the last one, trip.
Trip.
Okay. Trip just means like a journey. So when you go somewhere, you go on a trip. Okay, so let's use these words in sentences. Okay, the first one, it's usually a great idea to travel with a good blank so you don't get lost.
Map.
Okay? Yes, you should travel with a good map so that you can find your way and not get lost. Next one, the Great Pyramids of Egypt and the Eiffel Tower in Paris are very famous,
Landmark.
okay? Famous landmarks, okay? Everybody recognizes these places by these landmarks. I always buy lots of blank when I travel because I like to remember the places I've traveled to.
Souvenir.
Okay, I always buy lots of souvenirs. Okay, so people might buy food or clothing, or maybe it's just some kind of item to keep in their room to remember their travel. What time does your flight leave or blank?
Depart.
Okay, so leave and depart have the same meaning. When will you get there or blank?
Arrive.
Okay, so arrive means to get to a place. Number 6, where can I buy a train blank?
Ticket.
Okay, so we use this word for, we can say train ticket, airplane ticket, bus ticket, any kind of transportation. Last month, when I was in Vienna, I sent my grandmother a blank of the city.
Postcard.
Okay, so a postcard is almost like a little letter with a picture. Maybe nowadays people just buy them because they're beautiful pictures. Our flight leaves from gate 43, but I don't know where gate 43 is. Let's ask at the
Information desk.
Okay, so the information desk, you can go to ask them any questions about your flight. My family and I are flying to Taiwan tomorrow, so we need to go to the blank airport.
International.
Okay, international airport. So here in Narathiwat, we only have a domestic airport. But international airport can go to many different countries. All right, number 10. Millions of blank visit the Great Wall of China every year.
Tourist.
Okay, millions of tourists. Is the Great Wall somewhere you'd like to visit?
Yes.
All right, number 11. The way my face looks changes as I get older, so I need to get a new blank every 10 years.
Passport.
Okay, need to get a new passport every 10 years. Don't forget to bring everything you need in your blank. We'll be traveling for 2 weeks.
Luggage.
Okay, so all your bags, all your luggage. Should we travel with a tour group and take our cameras when we blank around the country?
Sightsee.
Okay, so when you go sightseeing, you will probably want to take pictures. Did you enjoy your blank to Dubai?
Trip.
Okay, trip is anytime you travel somewhere. And the last one, after we arrive in Berlin, we'll check in at a nice blank and get some rest.
Hotel.
Okay, so when you get to a hotel, you check in, and when you leave, you check out. Okay, so next we will have a discussion about travel. And so we will ask and answer some questions. So for our listeners, you can also listen to these questions and you can think about what your answer would be. All right. So Fatah, what countries have you traveled to?
So I've been to South Korea this last month. I've been back to Thailand.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about like Malaysia or?
Oh yeah, and I used to be a student teaching in Malaysia.
Okay.
So what cities have you traveled to?
Okay, wow, many cities. So in my home country, of course, New York City, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia. Here in Thailand, Bangkok. Some other famous cities I've been to are like Paris, Beijing, yeah, many cities.
That's so many.
Tell me about a bad travel experience you had.
A bad. So I can remember first day in Seoul City. It was my first day in university. It was during the time. It was I was walking to meeting points for go to the restaurant, and I was lost in university. But you know, Google Map cannot be used there. I just asked my friend from GPS from Instagram, so they can help me.
Okay, and this was in Seoul.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, bad feeling when you're lost in the city, right?
So tell me about a funny or strange travel experience you had.
Oh wow. That's kind of a hard question. Yeah, I can't think of anything right now. Often there's things that happen. One of the more interesting ones that I had was one time when I was flying, I didn't have enough of time in Doha, in Qatar, and so I missed my flight. But they gave me a free voucher to go into the city, and so I just met a stranger. It was another lady that was on my flight, and so we went to explore the city together. Why do people like to travel?
It's kind of like a freedom when you get exhausted from a work. You can hang out by yourself or you go with a friend to travel. Why do some people not like to travel?
I don't really understand people that don't like to travel, but my parents are very different. My dad loves to travel, but my mom doesn't like to travel. But I think some of it is she has a problem with sleeping, and so if there's time change, then that creates a problem for her. She also likes to be very active, so she doesn't like to sit on the airplane too long. Is it better to travel by plane or by train, and why?
So it is like some different advantage between a plane and train, right? If you took a train, you can enjoy the view, nature, and it will take a time to go. And if you travel by a plane, of course it will faster than a train, right? And you will get the view from the on top of the sky, right? And you will get a different feeling.
So kind of pros and cons for
Yes.
both of them, right? Okay.
Is it better to travel by yourself or with other people, and why?
Okay, so here again, I think there are pros and cons. Most times I like to travel with other people because it's fun to experience new things together. Yeah, just fun to have somebody to eat with or to travel with. But if you travel by yourself, often you meet more people, like strangers. For example, when I went to South Africa by myself, I got to know people because I was by myself, they were by themselves, and so you start chatting, and so it can be a good experience like that. What 3 countries would you like to travel to and why?
So the first country might be the London, UK. Just imagine the old architecture, the old town, the Oxford Library, like in Harry Potter, my favorite movie. And second country might be the South Korea again. I was lovely this country. And the third country, let me think, maybe the France, Paris, the Eiffel, the iconic one. I wish I can visit there someday.
Okay.
So, what are 5 important things to bring with you when you travel to another country?
Okay. Yeah, let me see. My dad always says if you have your wallet, like with credit card money, your passport, and your phone, you can buy anything else that you need. But maybe after those 3, let me see. Of course, some clothes, and phone, wallet, passport, and well, usually I would have said camera, but nowadays I mostly use my phone for that as well. Is it better to travel inside your country or outside your country, and why?
For me, in my opinion, I prefer to travel abroad because it was always my dream to travel abroad, and you will get a different culture, different taste of food, and different kind of people if you travel to abroad. So, do you like staying at hotels? Why, and if you not, and why not?
I would say most times yes, but it depends on the quality of the hotel. If the hotel doesn't have a comfortable bed or if it doesn't have a hot shower, I prefer my own house. But if it is a nice hotel, sometimes I almost sleep better than at home because it's dark and quiet and it's away from the stress of daily life. So it really depends on the quality. How can you travel but not spend too much money?
Maybe we can start from the save money from a transport. Try to use the public transport instead of call a taxi all the time. It can save our money, and maybe you can looking for a local restaurant like beside the street food. We can save money instead of we eat inside the shopping center. What can you learn by traveling to other countries?
I think you can learn many things. You can learn about their culture, about different ways that other people live, the way they do things. And I think we can also grow a lot ourselves. We can learn more about being independent, finding our way around. I think it broadens our worldview, right? Instead of just knowing what's in our own little life, it helps to expand our mind and see more of the world. Do you enjoy traveling? Why or why not? I think I know the answer to this one.
Of course, I enjoy traveling, but I like to travel alone, even though I have a friend who comes with me. But just travel alone, walk without any purpose so it was fantastic. The weather is good, not pretty hot and not pretty cold. Everything is perfect, and during walk and watching the autumn there, just everything is perfect there. Do you plan to travel soon? If yes, where to?
Well, this is just a very short trip. I will go to Bangkok this weekend to meet my nieces. Two of my nieces are coming from America for English camp. My next international trip will probably be when I go back to America during when school is closed. So, of course, I'm excited about that, to see my family again. What are some great places to visit in your country?
So, a place. I think in my country, I recommend to be a nature, especially in the Andaman Sea, such as Phuket, Krabi, the Trangstoon. That province has a fantastic beach and island. What are some great places to visit in your city in America?
Oh, in America. You want me to say about in America?
Yes.
So I don't live in a city. I live more in a town. But the closest city is Lancaster City. I like to go there because there's some really like beautiful old architecture. And so the streets are very nice. Another thing I like to do there is they have something called First Friday. The first Friday of every month, all the art galleries are open late, and so you can stroll. Some of them have snacks. You can look at art. And they also have some really good coffee shops. Tell me about an interesting travel photo that you took or that you have.
So I will talk about to South Korea again. So it might be I've been to the Seoul Sky, as I told you, is the most tallest building in South Korea. So I've been the top of that building, and I took my photo. And behind me, it's the whole city of Seoul. Because I never been the place that highest like this before. So it was. I got nervous because it's so high. And tell me about some interesting souvenir that you have.
Okay, so I'm not really a person to buy a lot of souvenirs, except for like I like to buy food because I like to try food from another country. Sometimes clothing, things that I can use. But on the first time I came to Naratua, I did buy like a small kole boat because I thought it was neat with all the painting and everything. But yeah, I don't actually collect a lot of souvenirs. Okay, so we're going to take a short break, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about travel.
Beragama, berilmu dan berdisiplin.จากวันนั้นถึงวันนี้ กับความทรงจำที่แสนนานสร้างความฝันให้ทุกคนนั้นมีความหมายมุ่งมั่นสร้างสรรค์และพัฒนาเกียรติกำจรงามกระจายทั่วโลกาคืออัตตารกิยาอิสลามียาสถาบันการศึกษาที่ยิ่งใหญ่อัตตารกิยาอิสลามียาก้าวหน้าสู่จุดหมายที่สวยงามยึดมั่นในศาสตร์เคร่งครัดต่อวินัยberdikari membina generasi kemajuan mengisi ruang keilmuan mendidikan agama menaburkan jasa menemai budi 61 tahun usia warga kita bersatu usaha bersaling berbakti ayo kita bersama memikul amanah suci demi mahat at-tarqiyah Islamiyah ลามียาสถาบันการศึกษาที่ยิ่งใหญ่อัตตาริยาอิสลามียาก้าวหน้าสู่จุดหมายที่สวยงามayo kita bersama memikul amanah suci demi mahat Attar-Qiyah Islamiyah Attar-Qiyah Islamiyah muassasatun ta'limiyatun nazimah Attar-Qiyah Islamiyah advancing towards a beautiful destination คืออัตตารกิยาอิสลามียาสถาบันการศึกษาที่ยิ่งใหญ่อัตตารกิยาอิสลามียาก้าวหน้าสู่จุดหมายคืออัตตารกิยาอิสลามียาสถาบันการศึกษาที่ยิ่งใหญ่อัตตารกิยาอิสลามียาก้าวหน้าสู่จุดหมายที่สวยงามฝึกฝนตนให้เป็นคนดีน้อมสามัคคีเรียนดีงดงามด้วยจรรยา
คุณกำลังฟังสถานีวิทยุอัตตันเรดิโอวิทยุเพื่อการศึกษาของชาวนราธิวาส
From an advice column. So years ago, like in a newspaper, nowadays maybe online, there's somewhere where you can ask somebody questions, ask them for advice. So the name of this advice column is called Ask Anita, but we're going to ask Pata, okay, for his opinion. So I will read a letter, and then Pata will give the person advice. So for our listeners, you can be thinking, what advice would you give to these people about travel? So here's letter number 1. Dear Fata, my wife and I are planning to travel to Japan in a few months, and we are both very excited about it. We have our suitcases, passports, and a long list of places to visit and things to do. However, we can't agree on one thing. My wife wants us to join a tour group. In her opinion, it will be more fun to travel with other people, and she thinks that without a tour guide, we might get lost. But, in my opinion, we will probably see more things and have more fun if we just take a map, a phrase book, and travel by ourselves. Who do you think is right? My wife or me? Evan.
So I don't think someone right, like, because both of them have a good reason, right? So if we plan for go by yourself, by ourselves, right? Sometimes we don't know well about the place, the country. So if we go with a guide, we have a people we can trust, we can ask for help. And of course, a different culture, a language barrier. If you go with a guide can help us. But of course, if we go travel, we have a free time to go in a place we want to go, right? So my recommend is maybe we can looking for guides for a few day guide. Maybe we can go with a guide for they have like a few days of go with a guide and few days of go by ourselves, like a free time. It's like a combination.
Okay? Alright, here's letter number 2. Dear Fata, I'm 17 years old and my best friends and I want to backpack around Europe for the summer. We plan to stay in hostels so it won't be too expensive. But my parents are worried that it's too dangerous. They worry that we'll have problems with different cultures and customs and maybe even pickpockets. They want me to wait until I'm older before I travel. But my friends are going this summer, with me or without me. What do you think, Fatah? From David.
So I think the parents kind of like, of course, they worried about our safety and our concerns, and of course, we will, if we go to by yourself or alone, it will be a challenging for us because, of course, at this age, 17 years old, right, and we go there, we have, of course, as I told you last question, different culture, language barrier. We go alone. Who we will ask for help, and of course, if we go by this, we will grow up, right? We will get a lot of experience by ourselves. We keep through this so many things, and I think we will become more responsible, and maybe we can talk for, maybe he can talk with parents with a clear plan for show them that we have confidence to go.
Yeah, that's good. All right, and letter number 3, the last one. Dear Fatah, our English teacher asked us an interesting question yesterday. She asked us to imagine that a friend was coming to visit from another country and to choose 3 things that our friend could buy to take home as souvenirs. What 3 things would you suggest, Fatah? This is from Marge.
So I think I will choose the souvenir that represents my country, my culture. The first one, it will be maybe the traditional food, right? And some snack, and it maybe one more is kind of handmade work. So it will be these 3 things always famous, right? So maybe they can like remember the place where they would have been to.
So what handmade thing would you recommend from here? Do you have an example?
I don't know.
Maybe like batik or
Yes,
something
batik,
like that.
I think that
Yeah,
you
sure.
can do that.
It's very famous
handmade
for
things.
souvenirs here.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So for our last few minutes, we want to talk about some phrasal verbs that we can use when we talk about travel. A phrasal verb is when we have a verb plus a preposition or an adverb, and together they have like a new meaning. Okay, so for example, the first one, so I will read a sentence and I will give 3 options for the preposition or adverb. Okay, number 1, we have for, on, or at. When will we arrive blank our destination?
At.
Okay, so when we say arrive at, it means to get to our destination, to get there. Okay, number 2, we have in, on, and by. What time can we check blank at the hotel?
In.
Okay, so check in means when you arrive at the airport or a hotel, when you give your papers or you register at the front desk. Number 3, we'll check, the 3 words are to, at, out. We'll check blank from the hotel and then go to the airport.
Out.
Okay, check out means when you leave the hotel, you give back your key and you leave the hotel. Number 4, we have the words back, through, and out. They'll leave on Friday and come blank a week later.
Back.
Okay? Come back means to return or to come again. Come back. Number 5, we have over, out, up. I need to find blank what time the train leaves.
Out.
Okay? Find out means to like discover or to learn something. You find out. Number 6, around, away, through. I want to get blank for a while. Maybe travel to Hawaii.
Away.
Okay, when you get away, it means to like leave your hometown or leave your home like for a break, okay, for vacation. Get away. Number 7, with, at, or on. Let's get blank the boat before it sails away.
On.
Okay? Get on, it just means to go into the boat or get onto the train, or we can use this for a lot of different forms of transportation. And the last one, we have down, through, and over. Is your passport ready? We have to go blank immigration.
Through.
Okay? Go through means to pass that way. You go through. Okay. I hope you enjoyed our chat about travel, and I hope you have a good day.